An insight from Jason. I thought, therefore I am. We don't live in a linear world anymore. It's a global, exponential world of change, and the significance of how quick that change is and how we must be one step ahead of it. Biotech, nanotech, these are words that we're not really talking about. Where tech is as far as we've gotten. But we were told by Jason that biotech, nanotech is around the corner, and our world is becoming programmable, including human beings. That technology is indeed us. Dissolving boundaries, how technology is dissolving the boundaries between the physical and the digital, and then back to the physical. To use our heads, we need to get out of our minds. He was, of course, quoting the LSD big proponent, but there's tremendous insight into this, how we must break free from our comfort zones, which is another message we heard later on, to be creative. You need to look out for virtual reality. The Oculus Rift, he talked about this. This is a big word being used around Silicon Valley a lot, the Oculus Rift, and our ability to perceive much more than the 3D realities that are out there. That's around the corner, and for brands it gives you that immersive experience, which is the holy grail of so many brands. The golden age of TV, we talked about it at the beginning. We had two of the biggest media owners here of television channels and platforms, and they made a very passionate case for television being growing. The average time spent every week growing, especially in Latin America. They pointed out that Hollywood has completely embraced television, something unthinkable. Television was a dirty word in Hollywood, and now actors, directors are all into it. And television has become the new feature film. Pay television growing in Latin America. This is pay TV. At a fair price, we were told. 6.6% is the growth projected for the next 5 years. It's been growing at around half of that rate in the last 5 years, perhaps recessionary years. So now they expect this level of growth. Television has the greatest ad recall. They presented data to prove that. Channel brands matter perhaps more than actual programs. More than 50% of decisions as to what I should watch start and end with the channel. What is in that channel as opposed to finding a program. People don't watch technology, they watch content. Very, very important. Even though we're all bedazzled by all these new technological platforms out there, at the end of the day, people want to sit down and be told a good story. Local television works. Fascinating how a lot of these episodic real TV are now being localized, hyper-localized in many cases, and it's working. Follow the consumers. We were told, I was there, it's more important than I own that what millennials are all about, being part of the brand. People don't watch technology, they watch content, we've heard that already. H to H, human to human. Our recommendation is worth $1,000 ads. How important that is in this day and age, and how you get your head around it. And to do that, you need to listen to your audience. You need to make something that awes the audience and that can be scaled, and at the same time try to figure out a way to mitigate risks once you co-create and it perhaps can get out of hand. We had some really good advice as to how one could do that. Programmatic, it is here to stay. 20% up to more than 52% is indeed the ad spend we might see in programmatic. So if you do not understand it, if you do not have a PhD in either mathematics or something else, because this is very difficult to get your head around how to master this, do invest in learning about this or hiring people who know how to do it, because it is going to be a massive part of your ad spend going forward. And yet a lot of people are suspicious about it. They put that bad tag to it, that RTV is a race to the bottom. A lot of people don't really understand, why should I do it, and yet I must do it. We need to be much more transparent when it comes to programmatic. And a very interesting insight, we were told programmatic is today the way Google ad search, buying search words in Google was 6 years ago. So in less than 6 years it might be as big and as natural as buying keywords on Google and other search engines. Millennials, we have the transformers here, and they agreed that millennials, they just want naked brands. Brands that they can own, they can share, and they can change. And Hispanics within millennials are booming, not just in the US, but all over the world. And they're ahead of the digital curve. They are digital natives. Don't buy impressions, make impressions. The importance of owning moments. Moments that matter. Storytelling through universal moments. How important that is as opposed to just doing buying impressions. Audience first to reach millennials, how important that is. And the agency is a matchmaker. Interesting in a programmatic world. But also, if your media is not good, it will not be social. So don't just try to make something viral if in and of itself is not good media. And it's a living organism, and we must approach it and understand it that way. It must be fed, it must be nurtured, it must be dealt with on an ongoing daily basis. Interesting take. But marketing is the excrement of a living social media organism. I thought it was a bit crude, but I think it's very interesting. But if you get it wrong, it does become excrement, and people reject it and push it back, and they can see through it if it's bad marketing, of course. Good marketing is imbued in good social media. You need to sit down with content creators and create. Don't just tell them what to do. You really must incorporate them into creating social content that will be viral and shareable. You need to trust the content and so on. And just this last set I picked up, you must reset, make your brand responsible and transform with it. Beer is the original social network. Togetherness is a good approach to beer. We must have brands with purpose. Twitter talking about live moments, how they indeed own a live public and conversational platform, and how 1 to 3% of engagement is what Twitter is delivering today in campaigns with great results. That's it from me. I hand it back to Charlie for an official goodbye to day one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Once again. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay. Congratulations for sitting through what has been a massive and stunning day. Huge amounts of insight. Please don't allow your brains to explode as you walk out the side of the room. You have 30 seconds of my time and then we can all go. We all heard today that beer is the original social media. So let's get involved and do some serious socializing the other side of the room, okay? First things first, there's a winner in here. They may have already left, but there's a winner of the Fox iPad. Are we ready? It's my delight to tell you that a certain lady is walking away with a beautiful new iPad from the Festival of Media, and her name is Jacqueline Idayaquith, the Director General of PhD Peru. Where is she? Is she still here? Is that you, ladies? Is that you, madam? Yes? Cheer for me. Yes! And I think there's another one being handed out tomorrow, so there's still a lucky winner there. Right, tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I'm going to say before you leave. Tomorrow, just a couple of names for you. John Landau, the producer of Avatar and Titanic. Yao Zhikao, the global marketing director, or soon to be, I hear, from Chrysler Fiat. Nizam Guanais, Grupo ABC, Dennis Crowley, the founder of Foursquare, Bruno Senna, and Lucas Di Grassi from Formula E. Just a few of the speakers and sessions you're going to hear tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. Thank you very much for your attention today, to all of your hard work, your questions in the showcase areas. Have a wonderful evening. We're back in the room 9:15, ladies and gentlemen. 9:15. Still later than you go to your offices. Enjoy your lie-in. 9:15 for one of the world's most famous producers. Thank you very much.